Hi guys, welcome back to Elevate Your Life and Business. My name is Marie and today I am on my patio trying to get some fresh air and wanted to talk to you guys today about balance and why it's so important. Um, Life can get so crazy. Life can get so very, very crazy. And sometimes we just got to take a minute to relax and find things that gives us peace because this world can just get so crazy and so busy that before you know it, you're not even taking care of yourself. And if there's no water in the well, you can't give that water to other people or to your businesses or to the things that need you. So I wanted to talk about finding a balance for my kings and queens out there, whether you're just getting started in your company or just getting started being an entrepreneur, or whether you already have an empire at your feet. This video is to help you just think things through just a little bit. And that's what this whole channel is about, is just helping you guys, like giving some tips and tricks that I've learned along my path and my journey that either you can use directly or might inspire you to think of a way to, solve whatever problem you might be facing. So that is what today is all about. I had tried to do this at the local park, but I totally forgot in the state that I am in that even at the end of March, when the sun is completely out, which it is right now, it gets really hot really quickly, and we've got a lot of wind today. I'm hoping that the noises of the city are not too much for you guys and that it's coming through okay. So to get into the topic today, finding a balance. I think the first thing that we need to talk about in this discussion today is, why is balance so important? Throughout time and space, you keep hearing about the yin and the yang, the dark and the light. Balance. And there is a balance to everything: night, day, good, evil. There is a balance to this world. When you are not in balance, things happen. You get diseases, you get sick. You lose sight of what's really important in life. So it is absolutely necessary to find a balance. That absolutely is. You need to find balance. Without balance, how can you find your center? Right? How can you find your center? And my gosh, is it bright today? Ooh. Oh, even on my patio, it's bright. This is fun. So in any case, when we're talking about balance, one of the things you could do, because it depends where you're at financially, right? Sometimes if you have an empire at your feet, like, balance could be taking a week off and going sitting on a beach somewhere, if that is your fancy. If you find enjoyment, fulfillment, if that fills the well that is inside you, full of energy and creativity, and you have the time and the money and the means to do it, then heck, go stay on a private island for a week or a month, whatever floats your boat. But also, if you're just getting started like me and you need to find some way to balance the scales a little bit, you can do what I'm doing today, and that's just sitting on my patio. I especially love sitting out here in a good thunderstorm with like a cup of tea. The other thing that I do, that I just tried to do, was take my dog, out to the park and go for a walk. There are really stupid, simple things that you can do where you can find balance without killing your bank account. Okay, you don't have to kill your bank account in order to find balance. It can be just meditating, just going quietly in your room, or sitting on the floor, lighting some incense, lighting a candle, and just sitting quietly for just like 10-15 minutes. It doesn't have to be anything extravagant, but you do need to find the balance. And here's why. if you are in empire mode, if you are in CEO mode all the time with no off switch, or even just go, 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 go. And I am guilty of this myself. Just go, 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 go all the time. You're going to get a point where your brain and your body are going to say enough. Your productivity, your happiness, your enjoyment is going to drop off a cliff, which once that happens, once you hit burnout, it's really hard to come back from that. And I am speaking from personal experience on this. Once you have done burnout, it is so hard to put water back in that well, because you almost have to like heal yourself first and then put the energy back in. So my advice to you, if you've never experienced burnout, believe me, you don't want to. It's not fun. So get ahead of it, find the balance beforehand, so that you have more energy and that you never have to go through that, because it takes forever to get back out of burnout. It seriously does. And so something you can think about is just going to a park, meditating, reading a good book, something you're looking for the turn off. When it comes to balance, and especially when it comes to business or life, you're looking for a way to turn off for a little bit, to get that upper thinking level of your brain to just be. That's what I'm looking for to share with you guys today. This is if you're seeing this video, this message is for you. You need to find a way to just be present. Just be present in the moment that you're in. Right now, I'm just sitting on this beautiful deck. I've actually been doing some gardening. That's something I like to do as well. That's an idea for you guys. Let's see if I can actually talk with you guys, because the glare is just killing me. There we go. Oh, it's so much better. The glare was just killing me. So, something you can do is garden, go for a walk. If you're a guy, go fishing, go for a run, go hang out with your guys for a night. Go do something. Life should not be all work 24 hours a day, okay? Now, especially to my young kings and queens, because that's who this channel is. If you want to do something with your life, if you want to help other people, help yourself, help your family, then this channel is for you. This channel is for you. If you want to do something with your life, this channel is for you. The grind to the top is not easy. Look, you got to do what 99% of people won't do. If you want to be that top 1%, you got to be able to sacrifice and put forward time, money, and effort, and sacrifices that no one else is going to be wanting to do, or even has the courage to even try. They don't even have the courage to try some of the time. So if that's the case, you're going to be working very hard, very often. Like, look, don't be surprised if you had a 14, 15-hour workday where you're up at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning and you're not going to bed till like 11 o'clock at night. Like, those days are coming. Now, if you have a business, please share in the comments that, yes, I'm not lying to the folks that are just getting started. Please let them know, what kind of hours do you work? Because I bet you it's something crazy. And the problem with that is that it's just problem after problem after problem. And if you're trying to be that 1%, you're good at problem solving. I don't know about you guys, but like that, I want to be, and to a point, I'm trying to be a master problem solver. A master problem solver that can get shit done and get it done quickly and make effective and good informed decisions on a rapid fire basis if necessary. Here's the trick with that though. You can get so wrapped into CEO mode. You can get so wrapped into sovereign mode, if you'd prefer, making all these decisions, running the company, running the business, that you can get completely sucked in. You can get sucked into the point where you're turned on all the time, where it's hard to sleep, it's hard to eat. You just got someone in your ear wanting or needing something 24 hours around the clock. And that's where boundaries are going to be really important. Like, hey, like, do not contact me. Like, unless the company is on fire, do not contact me from like 10 o'clock at night to like 8 o'clock the next morning. That's my family time. That's my downtime. Or it could, whatever floats your boat. You could be on, like on call, or like for 2 months. And then for a month, like, do not call me. I'm going to be in the Caribbean, hanging out with my family, sitting on a beach, drinking a margarita. Like, okay, like, don't do it. You figure out what works for you. What the purpose of this video is you need to figure it out now. Not next week, not next month. You need to figure out how to turn off and turn on. When you're going through life, and this is for general information for just anybody out there, when you're going through life, there are going to be different variations of you and different energies that are required of you to get where you're going. Sometimes you're going to have to be all the way turned up to 100% focused, paying attention to what's going on, dealing with everyone that's underneath you, taking care of your family. You're just going to have to be on. There are other parts of your life, because everything has a season. It's not going to be like this 24/7. There's a saying that I like that means quite a bit to me. I can't even remember where I heard it from, but this too shall pass. The two big things that are getting me through my days right now, these two sayings, this too shall pass. And that is for these negative times, this struggles, this heartache, this getting this company off the ground, where I'm struggling to figure everything out and realizing that it takes like 20 steps just to get the ball rolling. It will pass. It's not going to last forever. And here's the other thing. If you have a beautiful family and you're financially stable and life is absolutely amazing, that too shall pass. So enjoy the good moments and enjoy the bad moments, because they're not going to last forever. They come and go. Everything has a season. And that's why I'm trying to tell you that you need to learn how to turn on and turn off. One of the biggest problems, especially to my young kings, yeah, I'm talking to you guys, especially to my young kings who might be watching this. You guys are even more at risk than us females. Us females, like, especially with the kids and like having to multitask, like one of the things that women are evolutionarily better at is multitasking. You guys are not. You guys are the hunter gatherers. You guys are the guys that, lead the way. And if you are already having a business and you're already in the 1%, like, you are probably one of the most driven males on the planet. Like that 1% that goes out there and hustles and builds businesses and runs companies and, takes care of thousands of employees. Like, you probably don't even have an off switch. It's been so long. Correct me if I'm wrong on this. It's been so long, you don't even know where that off switch is at. And I bet you that if you don't take care of it, that it's getting harder and harder to turn it off, to turn off that off switch. So I'm going to give you a piece of advice, and this is for both my ladies and my gents, my kings and my queens. In order to find that off switch, I'm going to give you a hint, okay? And it's the reason why I've got this beautiful white eyeliner on today, okay? It's like I have not worn white eyeliner in like a year, but it's the weekend. And here's the trick. Here's the trick that's going to help you find your off switch, okay? Because I got to tell you, like, this whole thing, it sounds like mystical mumbo jumbo. It sounds like, woo! And I totally agree with that, because I thought this too, like less than a year ago. I'm like, okay, this is nuts. This feels like a little out there. It, like, this spiritual energy thing, like, it sounds like, woo! It's not. Go figure. It's not. Because the world is made of energy. We are made of energy. And so in order to find your off switch, I want you to do something. I want you to think of something. Your inner child, that, that 6 or 7-year-old you, what would they want to do today or tonight that would make them happy? Mine wanted to come out and play with some color on the makeup today. So I did. I put some color on my makeup. It was fun to figure that out. Now, obviously, don't do anything stupid. Be careful. Like, don't let your inner child rule you. Like, your inner child, children are very, I want it and I want it now. Instant gratification. So, like, let your inner child guide you into a way that you can turn off for a little bit, and make sure you plan breaks for yourself. Make sure that you find a way to just chill, to just be. It can be sitting on a balcony, having a podcast with somebody. It can be, or a conversation with a family member you haven't talked to in a while. That could be an off switch, just to turn off and be like, hey, how are you doing? I miss you. I love you. What's going on in your world? It can be as simple as that. It can be having a cup of tea. I'm not a coffee drinker myself, so I'm a tea girl. So it can be, honestly, I love being out here in my patio with my little garden. And especially in the state that I'm in the season that we're in, we get like a bunch of thunderstorms. So I love to sit out here with like just a nice oolong tea and just like watch the fireworks that is the lightning that's going on. So that's kind of cool. But like, just look, it doesn't have to be anything extravagant. It can be. If you were just rolling in money and you were a king that's already conquered, and has like 5 businesses under your feet, like, well, then go sit out in the Caribbean, or I don't know, what's a playground everyone, like Monte Carlo. Like, there's certain states where if you've got a lot of money, like, like they cater to having a good time, like, then you go do that. It can also, and I would caution this as well, is that if you are looking to do something like that, there should also be a second half where it's just you, or just you and your significant other, like on either a beach or, just somewhere really nice where it's quiet, where you can just kind of be for a little bit. Because if you have all those companies, like, chances are is that someone wants your attention like 24/7. If you're making it in any kind of capacity, like if you have financial power, like, 1, you got everyone that's underneath you that's helping you keep that financial power, and 2, you got everyone else that wants a piece of it, and 3, you want the rest of the population wants to know how you did it. So there's always someone who wants to talk to you about what you did and how you did it. You need to find balance, though. Okay, life is not kind. It's not always fair, and there are going to be seasons where you're going to be working really hard. Especially like another season that might be popular that you guys might be able to relate to me to here is college. When you're in college and you're just, grinding out on the studies and finals are due, and, there's, it's finding that balance between hanging out with your friends and getting your work done. There's always going to be something. And if you're in a later season, okay, so you got 5 companies, or hey, you're working, you're getting up there in your career, and now you got kids on the line too. So not only do you have a career and a wife and kids, but now you also have to find at least, and that's where the meditating will be greatly helpful to you. It's just 5 or 10 minutes. It doesn't have to be anything extravagant, but no matter what season you are in your life, you should find something that brings you joy. You should do something for yourself. You need to do something that fills the well so that you have some peace, that you have some clarity about where you're going or what you're doing, or even just what you want to do for the day. Because life gets so fast and things come at you so quickly. Find out what works for you when it comes to having a minute, taking a breath. And it can be even that. Like, okay, like 5 minutes of just deep meditative breathing. Just find what works for you. But my point here in this whole entire video, for all my kings and queens that are, that are grinding it out, probably like I am, that are trying to get somewhere, or if you already are somewhere and you're under the weight of that monster that you created. Because that's the thing, right? With entrepreneurship. Like, okay, you create a company and you think it's going to free you, but then you become beholden to it because you're the only one that can make decisions. You're the only one that, grew it, that raised that thing from the ground up. Now there's ways to cut down the amount of stress that comes to you, but you're going to be under stress no matter what. If you want to be an entrepreneur, like, I'm just going to be honest, and I will tell you, it's been a little frustrating getting my company up off the ground. Like, I've been like, maybe I should do a whole nother video on that, but like a lot of revelations, because I was like, personal brand. And I'm like, yeah, that takes time to see results on that. Someone is not going to be paying, X hundreds or even thousands of dollars for a personal brand for that not to pay back within the first, 2 months. So I'm like, back to the drawing board we go on finding a service in the niche that I'm in that is beginner friendly enough where I can get where I'm going and actually get it done, but also that pays me enough that I'm not doing it for pennies on the dollar. Like, I want to get out of my 9 to 5. That's the whole point of all this. So even though I'm grinding it out, even though I'm figuring things out and, having to live my life and do my job and everything else, I'm taking a minute to sit on this beautiful patio, hoping that it's not too loud with all the city noises, because I am in one of the bigger cities here in the South, and sharing this video with you guys about how you can level up by learning to turn off. And I want to leave you with one more thing on this video. I want to leave you with one more thing before I sign off on this video. This is one of, all these tips and tricks, they all add up. They're all important in their own ways. But if you're not careful, I better take off my sunglasses. Let me be real here. If you can't learn to turn off, you could get yourself into a lot of trouble, okay? A lot of trouble. The anxiety of not being able to turn off, of not being able to just be for even just a minute or even an hour, like that can get to you horribly. The anxiety attacks, the depression, the loneliness, the despair. Like, I'm saying this with love, because I don't want that to be you, okay? And there's been times where, like, that could be me easily. And I see that it could be me easily. And there are times where I have to fight back and prioritize myself. I'm like, yes, I'm all in on getting my company off the ground. Yes, I'm all in and making something of myself, but not at the expense of my health. Not at the expense where I've got so much anxiety that I can't even function. Like, that is just not worth it. And I don't want you to be that. But I want you to see the path. One of the things I'm really good at, one of my talents, if you want to call it that, superpowers, is I'm very, very good at cause and effect. I can see something and I can see how a year, 5 years, 10 years, 15 years down the line, I can see how that will affect me. That this one decision, this one thing that I did not conquer, how it got to me and how I could end up in that pathway. And I don't want that to be you. So I want to leave this video on a caution that finding balance is truly important, because if you do not find balance, that imbalance is going to get greater and greater and greater. Greater and greater and greater. It'll be harder and harder and harder, because the one thing, like, okay, let's just say, oh, let's be frivolous here. Let's just say that the one thing that, that where you can turn off for a little bit is with being with somebody else. Okay, just like a friend, a lover, like call it what you want. But let's just say that being with someone else is what gives you peace. But then you get so reliant on it, you become so desperate for it, and you put that energy out into the world that you are desperate for that release because you've been working 80, 90, 100-hour weeks, and you're just desperate, and it rubs off. And the next thing you know, the love of your life might be like, hell no, I'm not dealing with this person. They're desperate. Nobody wants to be with somebody that's desperate. That's not attractive. So I just want to leave this video with a subtle warning that if you do not find balance at some point down the line, you might find yourself in a really dark place that you don't want to be. So find that balance now, whether you're a multimillionaire or just getting started. Just figure out that balance now and how you can achieve true serenity, true peace, because it's all about peace, guys. This life is difficult. The challenges are coming. The struggles are coming. Find the peace now, and you will never regret it. Go ahead and please subscribe in the bottom so you don't miss out on more of these amazing or useful, I'm hoping they're useful tips and tricks. And I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. And do yourself a favor and do something for yourself so that you can help find some balance in that crazy world that you call life. See you guys.